this is one of the few and far between times you'll see us talk Sunday football in-depthly, so let's enjoy it. Let's talk Notre Dame. Let's talk Miami. I know we already had somebody in the comments talking about Notre Dame running Miami out of the building. I respect the hell out of that. My hot take this year was 7-5 Miami will be a thing. This will be the start of it. Tell us why, or if you disagree with me. Jake, break it down. You're the Notre Dame de facto guy.
Yeah, I'll take Notre Dame as my de facto team this year. That's fine. So I'm glad we get to watch them on God's day. On Sunday, Notre Dame gets to play football. Did I have this right? Is Notre Dame lost 6 straight at Miami? Am I just pulling that stat out of my ass, or did I see that somewhere?
No, I think you saw that. I remember seeing that as well.
Somebody fact check me if I'm not. So that one, vibes aren't high there. But gentlemen, here's the deal on the other side for Miami. You look at Carson Beck. Can he revitalize his career? Was it his fault at Georgia? Yada, yada, yada. Who cares? This is why we get back and play football on the field. Last year's national championship, fellas, involved 2 transfer quarterbacks. Were in their senior year between Riley Leonard and Will Howard. So this thing can be done. Like, we've seen this before. We could see a bounce back out of Carson Beck. It's going to be coming down to some of the new faces at wide receiver for Miami who are going to have to gel early because they're going against, I believe, the best cornerback duo in all of college football between Christian Gray and Leonard Moore. So very much get your plate full there if you are the Miami offense in the passing attack for Miami. Best matchup of the day, Notre Dame's D-line versus Miami's offensive line might be the best trenches battle we are going to get the entire college football season. Notre Dame's defensive line, while it's got some young faces, some new guys after you got to replace a good amount between Mills and Cross and whoever, this still highly regarded as probably the best defensive line in college football, and that's what they're saying out of South Bend. So it's going to be tested early, going to be tested real early. Very intrigued. My last point would be I am so intrigued to see what this new passing attack looks like for Notre Dame because I do believe they could have a better passing game this year with Carr. He doesn't have the legs that Riley Leonard did, but he's got some of it. He's got Greyhouse back. He's got Faison back. He's got the kid from Virginia. Like, I think this passing attack could be really good. And it goes without saying, we haven't even touched on the Notre Dame running backs yet. So a lot of new faces on both sides that we're going to be interested to watch this one on Sunday.
Yeah, I guess I'll get the name off the board so we can at least mention it early in this preview. But Jeremiah Love obviously is going to be a difference maker in this game, right? I mean, very fair to say. Yeah, believe it or not, one of the best running backs in college football, if not the best, is going to be a difference maker in week 1 in a big-time matchup. But I think what it comes down to is this Notre Dame team and the returning production that they had. How about the fact that they've been in this spot before? And you're going to match Texas A&M's environment in week 1 last year to this Miami environment at Hard Rock Stadium. Get the hell out of here. I think Notre Dame's the most well-prepared team for this battle out of any team in the country, especially with the leadership. I love Marcus Freeman. I'm a Marcus Freeman guy. I like what this offense does. And I think people forget that Notre Dame team that we watched in the national title game last year was extremely banged up. Like, the depth that they had that still played to that level was a real thing. So I really like them at full health with guys on rest, and the production is all good production that they brought back. I mean, you're playing in the national title. So I think it comes down to Miami's offensive line taking a step back. Can Carson Beck throw the football like Cam Ward? In my mind, it's not even close. I think Xavier Restrepo is a way bigger loss than Miami fans gave it credit for. I don't think they replaced enough. I like Notre Dame to absolutely handle this game on the road in week 1. I agree with our boy in the comments. JP, were you laughing at me, Jake, or just excited?
No, the comment section. We got some good comments tonight. Appreciate you guys jumping in.
I just think
we got to come up with a name for our we got to come up with a name for our fans. Whatever, the bandstand or something. I don't know.
Give me the 12th man's already taken. The 12th man's already taken. So,
no, yeah. Bandstand, like we're
that could be the could be the marching band.
Something like that.
That's the band.
Yeah,
and Gus is not in. Get Jared comment up there. Let's get it out of the way quickly. We have
this is the Miami. This is the modern.
He's already going to start pissing me off. We're talking about Notre Dame and Miami right now.
Yeah, this is Miami, Notre Dame. What are we doing? Focus in.
Give us time, brother.
Back in Miami.
I would just say, like, this is another program in Miami that believes they have the secondary fixed with transfers and then blue chippers that have come up through the backside. If I'm being honest with myself, I'm not going to sit here and say CJ Carr is just going to light up this secondary, even if they're struggling again, because while Notre Dame does have pieces and found some really good pieces, I think, at the playoff games that are playmakers on the outside, I am worried that it becomes one-dimensional. CJ Carr's not on his game. The Kenny Minchie stuff I can't get out of my head. We listened to Bud Elliott and we listened to other guys through all the pieces talk about how it sounded like Kenny Minchie outplayed this kid from a lot of different sources. And I'm not saying that doesn't mean CJ Carr is not talented. I'm not saying that Notre Dame didn't just float that out there to kind of, throw people off. But if the run game's all you got, and then you're going up against Carson Beck, who I think is still a really good quarterback. I just think, again, got put in a weird situation. Maybe things didn't flow right at Georgia that had him, forced him out. There's a chance that this just becomes what defense can flex their muscles more and suffocate the offense. Because I think Beck is going to have to find receivers that he's confident in. I think they'll still have a really good run game, but you're going to have to go against the defensive front four for Notre Dame. That's nasty. And on the flip side, Notre Dame's going to be like, well, I have a great running back duo, right? And then I got a young quarterback. We're going to lean on that. Well, Miami's front four is pretty darn good. I don't know if you guys had followed that. They feel like they didn't get a lot of love last year because you had Cam Moore on the other side. I mean, what are you going to do when you have the best quarterback in the country making plays? It's just tough for me to be like, yeah, someone's definitely flexing their muscles and just blowing the other one out in this one. I think both offenses might sputter for a little bit, especially early. But you're going to learn more about these two teams than I think. The only team I would say you're going to learn more about this week is LSU than Notre Dame and Miami. I think you're going to learn just about everything you need to know about these two teams week one.
Reese.
Yeah, I just think other than Syracuse, this Miami offense might have to replace the most pieces. You lost the number 1 draft pick in Cam Ward. You lost Damian Martinez, and you lost your top 6 pass catchers. That's a lot to replace. I don't care who you're playing week one. If you're playing Georgia, Alabama, except you get Notre Dame coming to town. That's a lot to replace. And we talk about Beck too. When he was at Georgia, when he had Bowers and McConkey, he's a stud. But guess what? When those guys left, they fell to the middle of the pack in the SEC. And then he obviously had the injury come down too. So, and the names they got in the portal were some good guys, but nothing that really jumps off the page at you as a guy that has the potential like a Bowers or McConkey too. So they talk about this offensive line kind of being their strength, especially for Notre Dame. That's where they're going to lean in the trenches and kind of make this game kind of ugly. And talk about too, CJ Carr, he just got to hand the ball off to Jeremiah Law. it's your first start. It helps out when you have a running back like that. If he can just not force throws, you can just get yourself to convert your third downs. Handing it off to Jeremiah on 1st and 2nd down, making it a 3rd and 3 or a 3rd and 4 compared to 3rd and 10, that just helps you in quarterback out too. So I kind of I'm leaning with Park in this one. I think Notre Dame goes there and does their thing. I think Miami has way too much to replace early on. And again, I just don't have a whole lot of faith in this Miami. That's why I took their under this year. So,
all right, let's go. Kind of a mix here for picks. JP, I'm going to go to you first. JP, tell us you got Notre Dame or Miami. Notre Dame I have down as a 2.5-point favorite. What are you thinking?
Did you say you took them, Parks? You did take Notre Dame?
Yeah, I like Notre Dame. I'll take my pick first if you want me to. I like Notre Dame I
was writing it down.
JP's noted down.
I like them very much so. I think there's going to be Carson Beck-esque mistakes as they experienced last year. I mean, Georgia wasn't great last year. A lot of it fell on Carson Beck's arm. And so I think it's going to be a similar situation with an elite secondary in Notre Dame.
I didn't do this with the Ohio State-Texas game, but I'll do it here. I'll take the home team. I'll take a couple points with Miami.
Okay. One on Miami, one on Notre Dame. Where are you going, de facto Notre Dame guy, Jake?
Yeah, I was kind of in the same boat as JP. I'm like, am I really going to pick another short favorite on the road in these top 10 matchups? But I think I will, because at least in this one, if it does come down to that 2.5-point spread and it is close, I think I just trust Marcus Freeman way more than Cristobal. So I will take Notre Dame.
I like that. Reese?
Yeah, I took the Irish. I already locked this one down too for a little play because I think the line. I think people might bite Notre Dame so heavy that the line kind of moves a little bit too. So give me the Irish.
All right, 3 on Notre Dame, 1 on Miami.